Should driving a car be part of the school curriculum? Well, 2/3 of parents and grandparents in the UK thinks that it should be. And of course, this is something that is available in other countries such as the United States. So should the UK follow suit? Should this be something that is changed when it comes to the school system? Let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look at this full story that's also available on our website, themotoringchronicle.com. But I'll go over the key highlights for you here as always, and I'll give my thoughts as well at the end of the video on this subject. Young driver safety is a topic that is rarely out of the headlines in the UK, with tragic collisions still too common an occurrence on British roads. Various solutions have been discussed to this, and while graduated driving licence have been seriously considered, the government has confirmed that this will not be the route they go down. One driver's training scheme is proposing that However, there is a new idea that a driving scheme is proposing, and this could have a significant impact on road safety for, in particular, young drivers, who are, of course, one of the most in danger groups. And that is putting driving onto the school curriculum. And it's not without significant backers either. Members of Parliament, head teachers, and the Institute of Advanced Motorists all back this, as well as Suzuki. Now, what was that institution I alluded to before? Young Driver. We spoke about Young Driver a few times here on the channel, guys, and I think they're absolutely fantastic with what they're doing, to be honest. And if you've not heard of them, they are effectively the UK's largest pre-17 years of age driving training scheme. Obviously, drivers who are under the age of 17 cannot learn how to drive in most circumstances. They cannot learn how to do so on public roads. However, at private places like this, they can do so in a safe manner. And they conducted a survey of 2,700 parents and grandparents if they felt that driving should be on the school curriculum in the UK, and almost 2/3, 65%, felt that that should be the case. At the end of the day, Young Driver know what they're talking about when it comes to this. They have delivered over 1.5 million lessons to under 17-year-olds in the UK already when it comes to driving lessons. And as we've covered here on the channel before, the stats when it comes to getting these people to learn younger is very, very telling. You know, these people are a lot less likely to end up in accidents, a lot less likely to write off their car, just safer overall. But in general, new drivers are very vulnerable, like I said. Nearly 1 in 5 young drivers will crash their vehicle within 6 months of getting their license. But the young drivers who pass via the Young Driver program, or at least go for some lessons before going for some conventional ones, they are 84% less likely to be involved in a serious accident. So the stats are very telling, but should this be part of the school curriculum? Well, I absolutely think that it should be. Now, some people will argue, well, a lot of young people aren't learning how to drive anyway these days, and that is true. That is absolutely true. That is a big problem right now. But the thing is, that wouldn't be such an issue in itself if public transportation in the UK was good, and it's not. Public transport in the UK is absolutely terrible for the most part. If you live outside of London, forget about it. You ain't getting around by public transport. Not conveniently, not safely, and not reliably. Simple as that. So unless that improves, I think that driving is a very important thing to learn how to do at the end of the day. And I think learning how to do it in school, maybe not making it mandatory, maybe make it an option, you know, like things like history, geography, stuff like that you don't have to do GCSE in. I think that learning how to drive, even if it's in sixth form, even if it's in college rather than your standard secondary education, I do think that'd be a big benefit. It's a very handy life skill to have. Now, this maybe isn't the best example, but think about maths, for example. I'm not for 1 second saying that maths should not be taught in school. It's very important. It's a very important skill. But at the end of the day, it cannot be denied that old phrase of, well, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket all the time, so you need to learn how to add up. What's this then? What's this? This is a mobile phone that has a calculator and a lot more besides in it as well. So yeah, those people who say things like that are really outdated. And also, you know, a lot of these subjects that kids learn in school nowadays, I mean, I don't want to wail on any in particular, but RE, religious education, PE, physical education, are they really that necessary? Are they more necessary than learn how to drive? I think there should be time made for driving, absolutely. If you want to take it in school, there should be the facility for that. But get your thoughts in the comments below. Would it be handy? Would it be not? Would you like your child to learn how to drive in school rather than go through private driving instructors? Because let's be honest, guys, some of those private driving instructors are absolutely awful. Would it be better in school? Debatable. Anyway, get your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today, and we'll see you very soon.